are the lineups for this intra-squad finale. Team Kike has already clinched the series win. A.J. Pollock will get a chance to lead it off tonight. You have Kike, who hit that grand slam last night to help his team. Clayton Kershaw making his final warm-ups before pitching to Team Kike in the top of the first inning. It's his final tune-up before getting the ball opening night against the Giants.
Yeah, I think the pitch count won't be a mystery. What will be a mystery going into the night and what to look for? Does Clayton really use his whole repertoire, or does he go back to more the slider?
48. Lou Boudreau was 24 years old, playing shortstop for the Indians, also managed that team. A little bit of Kike Hernandez there. He was the MVP of the league, took the Tribe to the World Series. And, you know, it's not regular season, but it's still been pretty impressive.
Time for them to get hot as much as the guys like Barnes and Kike.
He's still squaring it up.
Boy, Corey Seager continues to swing a hot bat, drives that one to the gap in left field. And it is a one-out double, so all of a sudden second and third for Team Kike against Kirsch. 2-2 to Muncy. Kershaw gets a ground ball to the right side. Nice sliding stop there by Beatty. The flip to Kershaw for the out. But Kike comes across to score the first run of the game.
Be able to do it in real time, real speed.
And I know these games don't count, Nomar, but this team has done a lot of things really well as Will Smith drives one deep to right field, and that one is gone. Wow, Will Smith with a two-run shot off Clayton Kershaw here in the first inning, and it's 3-0, Team Kike.
If the Blue Tops are the home team, Nomar, we start hearing chants of sweep. Kind of hard to make. I'm sure that's the only part of this game right now where there's nerves. He's looked comfortable in the box, but not there, John.
Clayton Kershaw gets a strikeout of Rios there to end the top of the first inning, but 3 runs on the board for Team Kike.
I think the bigger tell would be tomorrow and how he feels coming out of it.
Been strong on July 30th.
1-2 to Mookie Betts, and I'd say he looks pretty sharp right there. He strikes out the 2018 AL MVP.
15 extra pitches from your last outing and 1 more inning usually. Sometimes you extend that in the bullpen. Sometimes you do it in the game. Camera angles. And it'll be interesting when we see the fan cutouts, too.
I got it. That one has popped up into foul territory. And Will Smith makes the catch. So a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Hey, we have time. Let's make sure they're 100%.
Anthony Garcia rips one in the hole. Chris Taylor, beautiful backhand play, throws him out.
Yeah, when they're filling out the lineups for a 60-game sprint, it's going to be a little different than thinking about
Single pitch. It says every out, every pitch is going to matter so much this season. McKinstry drives one the other way. That's going to get down for a base hit. McKinstry going for 2. And he's in there with a one-out double.
A-ball and did really well and all of a sudden made a name for himself.
DJ Peters goes down. That's out number 2.
It's going to become more important, and you're going to have the free agents that you can sign later on. But it's I think it will diminish the scouting a little bit.
I think it's natural, and I think it's almost insincere to bottle it up. And at least for me, you know, some guys can do that, some guys like myself can't. So, you know, maybe I'll just have to figure out where the microphones are and scream the other direction.
Used to that.
They're probably going, whoa, what's going on? Because he probably walked in, smiles, making friends with everybody, and they're like, oh, when did the switch happen?
Walker Buehler's probably going to want some more work. That's 3 outs. He's only thrown 17 pitches. Buehler got the call in that case. That is a called strike 3 to Austin Barnes. So Buehler gets 4 outs in that second inning. 25 pitches thrown. I was saying the other night, as Kike goes down swinging, if he keeps swinging the bat this way, he might just keep the mustache all year. Might as well.
Trying to get a lot of chase down there, too. You can see he's really kind of working that area.
Max Muncy hits a fly ball to deep right center field. Mookie Betts up against the wall. Has it for the out, so a quick 1-2-3 inning for Clayton Kershaw. Dustin May's building up. We saw him last weekend, struck out 7.
Joe Kelly threw a bullpen session yesterday. In 2 days, he'll throw either in an exhibition game, either against the Diamondbacks or the Angels on Tuesday. And then it might be another pen, or it also might be in a simulated game. So
That ball is hit hard through a hole on the right side. It's a base hit. That'll chase Luke Raley over to third.
It's just the pitch that I think that he's going to own.
He gets a strikeout of Jock Peterson there for out number 2. So good job with a runner at third and less than 2 down.
Unless it's a veteran that's using it as strategy to upset a hitter's timing. With somebody young, usually it's because they're really processing, and it's not always positive.
Has tinkered with over the years. Whether we see him use it during the regular season much remains to be seen, but there's a few good ones.
You've got the age quotient and you've got the innings under your belt quotient, and both can develop wear and tear, but he has done a great job.
That's a great sign going into your opening day start to be able to get that breaking ball over. We know how good it is. He's staying down in the zone as he did right there.
And he strikes out the side here in the fourth.
Close that front shoulder a little bit as you open up the front hip, because you can't have your front shoulder follow the hip because you feel exposed. You think about it, if you're going to open up that front hip just a little bit. But
for sure, Ned. And I used to find it out by watching the batting practice of the opposing team in the locker room, have the cameras focused on.
Breaking ball is hit on one hop to Kike Hernandez. They go to Seager for one, and they throw over to third. And Edwin Rios slaps the tag on Cody Bellinger. That's a unconventional double play there turned on the infield.
Unconventional, but good heads up, because I'm sure Bellinger.
We saw him give up the home run to Will Smith the other way as he gets DJ Peters swinging for his 8th strikeout of the game.
As well. He said it was incredibly frustrating, incredibly scary, but everybody's good. Maddie's trending upwards. She's 8 pounds now. Hopefully Kate and Maddie will be able to come to California soon.
Great news for Kate, Maddie.
Get things going as far as the T-shirt was concerned, and the legend of Chico, the number 97 on there, and some of the proceeds do benefit Chico, but they also go to Justin Turner's foundation.
Really hit. Ryu and Rich Hill and Clayton are in another class.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Dustin May here in the bottom of the 5th. Filling out a lineup, he's probably thinking, gosh, which bat do I take out of the lineup tonight? And now he's going to be able to get an extra one in there. As Dustin May works a quick 1-2-3.
Maybe get more discipline, and it might make an impact on their life and on their careers.
Kike Hernandez hits one deep to right center field, and that one leaves the yard. Kike, the second night in a row, helping his own team with a home run, this time going the other way off of Clayton Kershaw.
Ball still has some carry.
I was going to say, have you noticed in these games you have to read on the baseball?
Yeah, there have been some hits where I'm going, okay, that one might get to the wall.
Public enemy number 1. Max Muncy drives that one to right field. This one stays in the yard. Luke Raley has it for out number 2.
You're pressing a lot. Sometimes you just maybe need a day. And it's not only just physical, but more mental sometimes, and that helps you.
10th strikeout of the night for Clayton Kershaw, getting Will Smith
into the locker room as far as, we're just part of this team. And so I said we could have been better at being more open and realizing what you were carrying, so we could have also been there. Whirlpool, but it has to be emptied out completely of water and then refilled for the next guy. So you might have had a sequencing before of treatment prior to the game and treatment after the game. The percentage of breaking balls over the last 5 years has really gone up, and that slider does produce a lot of ground balls.
And he gets Edwin Rios swinging for the 3rd time tonight. Strikeout number 11 for Clayton Kershaw. So Dylan Floro takes over. This game is scheduled to go 8 innings. He swings to the first pitch. That one is driven to the gap in right center. One hop off the wall. And Anthony Garcia has himself a double. Chance to see Arizona. DJ Peters swings and misses, so Dylan Floro comes in, pulls up a double and a couple of quick outs.
But it will never be like when the fans are there. It's such a dimension now that the players will never be able to deny, I don't need the fans. They need them. It's awesome. Feel the emotion of 50,000 people cheering Jan.
Gavin Lux has a base hit going the other way. 1-out single. Because it's a much bigger deal to the fans than it is the players.
It's a big deal.
It's still a big deal to the players, but the rivalry isn't quite as intense. That the fans might have 30, 40, 50 years invested in the heated rivalries there.
What about a bullpen? And they all looked and said, oh, a bullpen? I said, yeah, we're going to probably need a bullpen, you know? And so then, you know, it was kind of a last-minute deal. They said, well, we're going to have to put them here for a little while. A little while turned out to be 20 years.
A lot of those older stadiums as A.J. Pollock drives one to right field. Luke Raley has it bang off that short wall. And A.J. Pollock has a 1-out double.
Even when he hit it left or right, always find its way back to the fairway. Fans would kick it back on the fairway.
Meanwhile, Kike Hernandez, the player manager, the MVP of this 3-game series, delivers again. RBI double to the gap in right center.
Sir Elton John.
Yeah.
Dylan Floro strikes out Max Muncy to end the top of the 8th. Another run across for Team Kike. Josh Spores taking over here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Oral, what do you see from Josh Spores and his...
Yet another event called off this year, the College World Series.
Dale lines out to Edwin Rios.
And Pantone 294 goes on the road, and, you know, the home team's getting cheering, but then they out-cheer them.
Yes. Mookie Betts goes down swinging, but we saw Mookie foul one off. And Nomar, watch. Oh, there it is.
Oh, boy, in the back of the head. How about a little help?
Look at Kike out there with the broom, going for a 3-game sweep of Team Justin Turner, leading this one 5-0. And Kike's done a lot of the heavy lifting in this little 3-game series. A grand slam last night, a homer, single, RBI double tonight. Breaking out the brooms. And the visitor's dugout.
Graduated from the banana costume to the broom.
Oh, that is funny.
He's become a big game player, hasn't he? Even in the squad.
We can nickname his mustache the broom.
The broom.
Broom was helping his posture there.
Jock Bellinger and has Kershaw starting. There's a base hit by Will Smith. Oh, so they're playing the extra inning rule here. They didn't tell us. This is the extra inning rule. They start with a runner on second base. And that was Terrence Gore scoring on the double by Will Smith. Edwin Rios hits that one sharply on the right side, finds a hole through the shift. Will Smith will put on the brakes coming around third.
And then to put you in that position where you may have anxiety and stress about it, but to take that away.
They get to force that second. Run scores to make it 7-0. As Gavin Lux able to get the force. That's going to be the end of the top of the 9th inning. Caleb Ferguson reached his pitch limit. Will there be a bottom of the 9th, or are they going to call it? Kike's got the broom out, and I Love L.A. Randy Newman is playing. So it is a sweep. I don't know what Kike's doing right now, where he's going, but 7-0 is the final as Team Kike finishes off the 3-game sweep.